In this video, I'm going to show you how to get from this to this using QGIS. So what we're basically doing here is we're taking a 2D vector dataset of some building footprints and visualizing them in 3D with the help of a key piece of information that describes the height of each building. And I'm not really going to get into the sources where you could get these building footprints from, especially with the height information, because the data availability can be very region specific. So I'm just going to use a sample data set, which I will be providing you as well, so that you can learn the technique and then you can go ahead and apply that to basically any other data set that you might work with in the future. So this is the building footprints data set that I'm going to use for this exercise. And as I said, in order to do this, there should be a way to convey to QGIS what the height information of these buildings are going to be. And typically such information should be recorded in the attribute table. So if I just open up the attribute table to kind of have a look at it and see what sort of information we have over here. So you can see that we have one column called buildings, stories, and the third one I assume should be the constructed year. But we don't specifically have a column that describes the height of each building. However, if you look at this, you can see that this field right over here describes the number of stories or the number of levels, if you will. And just for the purposes of this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make use of this stories column, and I'm going to create a new field called the building height. And I'm just going to assume a fixed number for the height of a single story, and then I'm going to multiply that by the number of stories for each record, which will sort of give me an indication about the total height of each building. Now I know that may not be the most accurate way of doing it, but since we're just going to visualize this in a 3D manner, I'm not really bothered about getting the height details precisely to the T, but what I'm going to do would actually still give me a good rough estimation about the height of each building. So we'll go ahead and create a new column or a new field called building height, which we can do by heading over to this field calculator. And from here, I'm going to create a new field called height or building height. And the output field type, I'm going to set this to be, well, a decimal number, because I'm just going to assume a height of 2.5 meters per one story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this by the field name stories, which I can find from here. So what I'm doing over here is I'm just basically going to take, for example, for the first record, take 2, and I'm going to multiply that by 2.5. So I'm going to get the height of this first residential building to be 5 meters. And if you're considering this second school building, the height of that is going to be, well, 2.5 into 4 times, and that's going to be 10 meters, and so on. So we can just go ahead and click on apply. And now you can see we managed to get the height of each building in meters. And as I said, it's just only an approximation, which you're just going to use for this visualization purpose. All right, after that, I'm going to save my edits by clicking on this button right over here. That's going to save that edit, and I'm going to exit out from this editing mode. And then before we convert our view into a 3D view, we have to do one more thing. We have to right click over here and go to properties. And over here, there's one tab called 3D view right over here. And currently you can see that the default option is no symbols. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select single symbols from here. And we are going to specify a building extrusion. Now, if you were to just forget about what we did just a couple of seconds ago, which was actually creating a new field which contains the height of each building. And instead of even considering that, if you were to just go with a uniform extrusion value of maybe, let's say about 15, just as an example. And if I click on apply and click OK. And after that, to switch to the 3D view, what I could do is I could go to view and go to 3D map views, and I can create new 3D map view. And with that, you can see that we actually managed to open up this 3D map 1. And you have a bunch of different controls right over here. To pan the map around, you can actually use these buttons to move to the left side and to move to the right side, up and down. And at the same time, you can actually zoom in or out using these two buttons right over here. So to zoom in, you can actually use this button. But as you might have imagined, you could actually do all of that if you're using a mouse with a scroll wheel. You can just as easily zoom in and out like this. And if you click and hold the scroll wheel of your mouse, you would be able to tilt the view like this. And after that, if you just slightly zoom in, you probably would be able to see the buildings in a 3D manner like this. Pretty cool, isn't it? And while you're doing this, just notice that all the buildings do have the same sort of height. You can't really see some buildings having a different height compared to the surrounding buildings. Everything is basically showing an equal height. And that's because we provided a uniform value of 15 for that extrusion entry. Now, if I go back and, well, try to change this to maybe, let's just go with something like 45, just to see what the difference is going to be. Click on apply and click on OK. And after that, you can immediately notice that the building height has been changed. It looks much more taller than what we had previously. However, again, you can see that the height of all the buildings are basically the same. So now comes the question, how can we actually make use of that column that we created, which was, well, this column right over here, which tells us the actual height of each building, which is not really a single value. These values are different, which means the buildings should be showing different heights. So to incorporate this height column, what we can do is, well, we can again go back to properties, and under 3D view, you'll find this extrusion option. And well, rather than providing a single value right over here, I'm just going to delete this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on this button right over here, and under field type, I'm actually going to select the height field that we created. And I'm going to instruct QGIS to use that to get those extrusion values. And now if I click on apply and click OK, and now if I try to open up my 3D map, well, now can you see that the buildings don't really have the same height anymore? The buildings actually do have different heights, which is much more realistic, isn't it? Because if you think about it, that's actually how it should be in reality. You get buildings with different heights when you go to a city. So this is basically the way to represent your 2D building footprints map in 3D manner with the help of building heights. And I'm also going to show you guys how to add a base map to this so that this entire representation looks a little bit more realistic. And to do that, well, what you can do is you can actually, well, head over to these XYZ tiles from here, and you can use one of these base maps like OpenStreetMap or Google Satellite Map. I'm just going to double click on this OpenStreetMap over here and bring over the map to my workspace. And of course, I'm going to have to drag this down like this. And to make sure that my map doesn't really take too much attention from my building footprints, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to right click over here on this OpenStreetMap and go to transparency, and I'm just going to knock down the opacity just a little bit like this so that I would still have a base map in the background, but it'll not be grabbing too much attention out from the rest of the things that I really want to focus on in this particular case. All right, after we add that, maybe we can open up the 3D map view again, and you can see that now we have added that OpenStreetMap in this manner. And the nice thing is that it basically cuts out the parts of this base map that are not really relevant. So it just keeps the base map only covering the extent of my building footprints, and it just basically gets rid of the unwanted parts, which is really cool. And this actually looks like more realistic representation of a city where the buildings do have different heights, and depending on where the light is shining from, it really casts a nice shadow. on the back side of each building like this. Alright guys, I hope the tutorial was somewhat helpful for you guys. In case if you do have a question, add a comment down below. So I'll see you guys again with another tutorial soon.